Well, hi Pathfinders, Pastor Greg here with part 2 of the Guitar Honor. I just loved putting on my uniform again in isolation, so I thought, let's just do it again today. I had some time, and so yeah, hopefully some of you guys are checking it out. You're gonna pick up those guitars, dust them off, and maybe learn a new thing here in isolation. So anyway, hope it's awesome. Hope you guys are just doing great on guitar, and I hope this can help you in getting your Guitar Honor. So yesterday we went through so many things. We went through types of guitars, the parts of guitars, the strumming patterns, the way to hold the guitar. Today we're going to do just a few things, and they are a little bit time intensive. I might have to do a little fast forwarding, but we'll get through hopefully the rest of this Guitar Honor for you. The things that we're going to cover today are how to tune your guitar, the caged system, strumming patterns, and then I'm going to show you how to change your strings. Now after that, I'm going to give you some resources, and that way you can look up some chords to finally put all of this together. And the last part of the Guitar Honor is to learn 3 songs. So with that said, let's get started with tuning the guitar. Now this is a real easy way to make sure that the guitar is in tune with itself. Now there are apps on your phones, on your devices. There are ways in which you can just match the notes, and that's fine. You can do it that way. There's devices you can clip on the guitar, and it'll tell you with a gauge if you're in tune or out of tune. But it's very important, especially with a guitar, that you're in tune with yourself. So here's one way to do it. If you can remember 5th fret and the 4th fret, that'll help you figure this out. So what do I mean by that? Your second dot, remember we talked about fret markers. If you go to the 5th fret on the E string and you play it, it will be the same as the A string. So here we go. You're right there, the A is a little higher, so I'm going to tighten it. Not bad. Let's go through our D. Little flat on the D. Good. Once again, I went to the 5th fret, and then I'm playing the string below it. Sounds pretty good. Let's go to the next one. For the purposes of our time together, that'll work. Now the next string, you're actually going to go to the 4th fret. A little sharp there. And when you tune a guitar, you always want to be tightening it. You don't want to take it down to match the tune. You want to bring it up. That way it's tightening, and that way it won't loosen as easily. Okay, back to the 4th fret. Tightening it, and then back to the 5th. All right, now the guitar at that point should be in tune with itself. Not bad. Okay, that's tuning. Next thing I want to talk to you about is strumming patterns. Now I'm going to put some pictures up on the screen so you can kind of follow along, but before I do that, I wanted to show you the basic idea of strumming. I'm holding it kind of like campfire style. If you can understand this first concept, it will save you so much time in strumming. It won't be as frustrating because strumming is difficult. It takes time, but if you can remember this one thing and you practice, you'll get it. Here's the thing. You ready for it? Your hand always goes up and down, okay? Up and down, up and down. Up and down. When you strum, depending on the type of music that you're playing, you will hit the strings on sometimes, you will not hit the strings at some points, and that'll help emphasize the beat and the rhythm. I think I told you a little bit earlier that the bass strings are kind of like your bass drum. The high strings are like your snare. I had a friend, and this is going to get really annoying, but he when he played guitar, he only had one strumming pattern, and that was he hit every string every time at full volume, and it sounded like, it was so annoying. Now listen to the difference between that versus a huge difference. Rather than taking the drums and hitting every single drum beat as hard as you can, it's a more of emphasizing beats, kind of like jumpy, kind of fun. That's why the strumming can help emphasize the rhythm. You know, if you're going for a ballad, it'll help, you know, slow it down. You know, some groups do only the up strum. But every time, no matter what I'm strumming, I hope you notice my hand is always going up and it's always going down. Sometimes I'll hit the strings. So like for instance, I'm going to teach you that one. This is the strum that I use for Humble Thyself in the Sight of the Lord. The strumming pattern is down, down, up, up, down, up. Let me do that 3 times for you. Down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, you get the idea. Now notice, look at my hand. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Now look, even though I'm only going to hit the strings on that specific rhythm, my hand is still going up and down. The second strum we're going to do, I'm going to teach you, is Lord, I lift your name on high. Now watch this one. This is a little bit more complicated. You're hitting a lot more of the strings. This is a down, 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 up, down, down. Say that again. Down, 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 up, down, down. Okay, now watch this. Slower. Down, 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 up, 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 down, down, down. Now notice my hand is still going up and down. I'm only hitting the strings on some of the strums. My hand is always going back and forth. That'll save you hours if you get that concept. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Okay, just so you can visualize it, we won't take a ton of time on the video here, but I'm going to put those 2 strumming patterns on the screen, and we're going to go through each one 5 times. We'll go nice and slow, see if you can follow along, and see if you can visualize the pattern, first of all, for Humble Thyself. Down, down, up, down, down. That down right there is the exact same as the first down. And just this pattern repeats itself, starts over, repeats itself, starts over. Okay? Here's the first one. This is the pattern I use for Humble Thyself in the Sight of the Lord. Put it on the screen here for you. See if you can follow along. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down. You got it? Starting to make sense? All right, it's going to be a little hard. You got to kind of wire your brain. Let's try Lord, I lift your name on high. Again, this is something you're probably going to have to watch over again and practice and perfect it. I don't have time for a 30-minute lesson on this video, but it's just repetition over and over and over again. Lord, I lift your name on high. Have it on the screen here for you. Go nice and slow. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, and then start over on the next down. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Again, starting over. Down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. That's tiring. Hopefully that gives you at least a little bit to work with. There's lots of strumming patterns, lots of different things you can do. As soon as you kind of get the hang of just moving the hand up and down, other strumming patterns will become a lot easier for you. But you gotta put in the time. Gotta put in the time. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about is that of the caged system. Now this is a little bit of guitar theory here for you, and I'm going to focus in on the neck for some of these things. But basically, if you think about the chords that we have on the guitar, it's kind of like the alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There is no H. You know, there's no note for that. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And we've been through the chords, but the thing that I want you to see, I'm going to start with the E chord because this will help you see it a little bit more clearly, and then we'll kind of quickly go through the A, the G, the E, and the D. You might ask, why is there no B? Why is there no F? Well, because, and this will make a little more sense later, the B chord is actually a bar chord. The way that we play the B chord is already a barred chord, all right? The F chord is an E chord. It's already a bar chord. That's why B, and that'll make sense in just a second here. That's why the B and the F are not in the caged system. So caged system, usually I start with a C, but I'm gonna start with an E because it's a little bit easier to understand. If I'm playing the chord E, you already know that the higher up on the neck that you go, the higher the notes will be. And if I want it to go up a semitone, if I want to move it just a little bit higher, now that's a kind of a cool chord, but that's not the E shape, because right here, these are where the strings are being pressed down, right there on the bone there. So what happens when I take my E and I want to make it higher, let's say I want to play an F, I know if I go from E one semitone up, it's going to bring me to F. The problem is these strings, your E, they didn't come with you. That's it, in the nutshell, why you have to bring a bar with you. What does that mean? What does that mean? Let's go back to your E. Okay, remember, come right out of the strings, have that nice curvature of your strings, of your fingers. So in order to do this, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to play this chord with your third, fourth, and fifth finger, like this. Now this finger is available. All right, same type of idea. Now what happens when I move this up, I want to say I want to play an F chord. I'm going to move it up one fret, but then I have to bring these strings with me. All right, this bar stayed there. It has got to come. I got to bring it with me. So this first finger is going to play on the first fret. And now what was an E, moved up once, becomes a F. You got it. Now let's say I want to play a G. Well, I know how to play a G here, but what if I want to play a G higher, in a different way, get a different feel for it? Well, if I'm an F, what do I need to do? I need to go 2 semitones up, don't I? F, I'm just going to move everything, bringing the bar with me. F sharp, G. Get the idea? Now I want to play an A. I know how to play an A, but wait, I want to play a different A. Watch this. You're at a G, G sharp, A. You get the idea? You can take this shape, this E shape, all the way up the fret. So in other words, if you're playing an E, you can play an E way up here. All right, it opens up the entire neck for you to play. All right, of course that's an E. Now we're supposed to start with caged. That's the point, is you can do this with all of those chords, the C, the A, the G, the E, and the D. Let me show you just briefly. This is kind of some advanced theory, but I'll at least show it to you. We start with a C. It's the same principle. If I want to move the C up, go to a C sharp. Ooh, that ain't right, because the bar stayed back here. So listen, same principle, play a C, now play it with these fingers. Move it up, and then bring the bar with you. Move it up again. All right, again. Now it's kind of a hard chord. Some people actually play this chord like this. Instead of barring it, they'll just do this. It's kind of a cool chord, it's one way to do it. But you can do the bar, you can do it like this. Okay, so the A, we've already showed you the A. This is an easy one. This is a very common chord that's moved up. If I have an A and I move it up twice because I want to do B, got to bring the bar with me. Now notice there is a fret between the bar and the A. There's your A. Want to move it up twice? Oh, sorry, your B. C, C sharp, D. So if you're playing D, it's kind of just a different sound, and you can play all the way up the neck. All right, so we had our C, K from cage, we had our A, our G, all right? Now if you play your G and you move that up, G, okay, E, we already talked about the E, and then the D. Now D's a little tricky too. You take that up, of course you gotta bring the bar with you. That's a little bit of an uncomfortable chord. You can do it. Well, a lot of times what people will do is they'll actually play it, but they'll only strum the top 3 strings. And so that way you can move your D all the way up the fret. So that's the cage system, just a different way to open up the entire guitar. And they'll play chords, not just down here, the ones that you've memorized, but you can move all the way up and play some really cool sounds. All right, that's caged. Okay, to change strings on the guitar, you're going to want to make sure that you have the tools necessary. All right, first of all, you need some strings. These are my Elixir Phosphor Bronze light gauge. They do make extra light. They kind of break a little bit easier. With acoustic guitars, they are a little bit heavier strings. They're used for strumming, and so that's why a lot of people start on electric guitar a little bit easier on the fingers. Acoustic guitars are a little bit more difficult as far as the strength of the strings, but you see it starts there with the 12, goes to the 53. I use light. Some people go medium and heavy. I don't know how, because that is really hard. You got to really push those things down, but I use light strings. And the other tool that you're going to want, and this is worth every penny, you can probably get it for about 10 bucks. It has a cap for your tuning peg, which spins and makes it go really fast. And then finally, right attached to the same device is the clip for the strings at the end. All right? You're not trying to use scissors or something to get the excess string, and you also don't want the excess string flying around where it's going to poke your brother or sister in the eye. So those two things are going to help you greatly. I'm going to have to do some fast forwarding, but the first thing I'm going to do is loosen the strings. Some people will tell you only do one string at a time, and that's fine. I'm going to do them all. But hey, that's me. Here we go. All right, got them all, finally. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is pop out the pegs from the inside of the sound hole. Now, professional musicians will change their strings like every 2 weeks, if not more, or have someone do that for them. Personally, I don't do it that often. I probably should, but it just does take a little bit of time. Now, what I'll do with these strings, maybe not this one, but what I'll do with these strings, they weren't completely dead. You will notice that after you've played the strings for a while, they'll sound very, very watered down. They won't be as bright. I will keep them and I'll hold on to them just in case I break a string, then I have a spare. Again, it's kind of like a flat tire. You get through it until you can get a new one. But yeah, got the strings off, got the pegs out. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean down the guitar. Okay, now that the strings are off, you're going to want two different things. This is a cleaning solution that you'll use on a guitar rag. And since the strings are off, it makes it a little bit easier to get to the fretboard, to wipe it down, clean it, get those nooks and crannies so that you're good to go for the next set of strings. All right, looks great. Now we're gonna go ahead and put all the strings in their correct positions. One of the things you wanna make sure you don't do is accidentally put the string on in the wrong position, and then that's just a headache to change. So let's go ahead and get the strings out by gauge, get them where they need to go, and then we'll start stringing it. Okay, we're ready. What I'm about to show you is a bit of an art form. It's a little bit tricky, but you want to make sure that this is done correctly so your strings will stay in tune and they will not come loose and cause you all kinds of problems in the future. So, first thing I'll do is take my low E string. I'm going to string it from the inside. Usually what I do is I kind of make a fist plus my thumb pushed out here to kind of see how far the string needs to be out. And that'll give me kind of my distance. I'll grab my string with these fingers, push it down with my first finger. And then once I've done that, once I have my position correct, get my handy dandy tool, place it over the tuning peg, And here we go. Again, I'm holding on the inside. I'm holding the string here, pushing it down here, holding it nice and tight. See how it's wrapping underneath? If you hold it tight, it continues to do so. Perfect. Look at this. Well, it's wrapped nicely on top of each other. I like to give excess wrap just to hold it in place. But then you have this thing floating around, ready to poke someone in the eye. That's where this tool comes in nice and handy. I like to go nice and close. There it comes. All right, let's do the rest. Right, now that we have this, your guitar will often go out of tune when it's right, freshly restrung, and that's okay. One of the ways to kind of help with that is as you're tuning it up to kind of bend the strings. That kind of loosens them up, but let's go ahead. I got my E about where it needs to be. Let's do our technique that I showed you earlier, going to the 5th fret. All right, next 5th fret. All right, your guitar is restrung, it's cleaned, and it's ready for quite a bit more awesome music making. So the last part of your Pathfinder honor, at least this level, is to play 3 songs. Now here's what you're going to want to do. You want to put some time in on those chords, but what you're going to want to do is look up a song that you really enjoy. Start with that. Start with a song you really like. One of my favorite resources is ultimateguitar.com. You go to that website, you can search any song. They have secular music, but they also have sacred music, hymns, praise songs. And the cool thing about it is you might love it and you're playing along and you realize it's just too low for me. You can just press the button transpose, it'll bring it up and it'll bring it to the key that you want. It'll have all the chords ready for you. And that way you can look up the songs that you enjoy, and that really helps with the process of putting in the hours when you're learning something that you really want to play. So, what I would encourage you to do is use these strumming patterns, use these picking patterns, use these chords that we've been talking about, practice these bar chords, the cage system, and print off some of this music, start working on it, and when you're ready, you're probably going to need to either go Facebook Live or record yourself to share with your Pathfinder director so you can finish this honor. I thought that maybe a great way to finish this is to actually play a song with you, with my beautiful wife. Kim, will you join me, please? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We pray for you guys. Seek first the kingdom of God. Stay connected with Jesus Christ. We love you and look forward to the next honor, which might be
Geocaching.
geocaching with her. See you later. Bye.